Alright guys, it's the Junkie and I'm back. This video here is going to be a tag video. I was tagged by a great YouTuber. I like to call him a friend. He's a great person, just an overall great YouTuber. His knowledge on comics and his collection is like, it's up there in the top 5 of people on YouTube. He's got some really classic books, but he tagged me and AG Surfer, who's another great YouTuber, go check him out, on favorite Batman sequence in a comic. So, if you haven't read this story, or if you don't have this book in your collection, I suggest you go pick it up. It's a great story. There's a lot of controversy behind it. I have a review video of it in my videos, but it's just a great all-around story, and to me, it's a great classic battle between Batman and the Joker. You know, from the movies and stuff, the Joker seems like, you know, like a jokey type, except for Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger did a great job on the Joker, but for the most part, the Joker, for new collectors and people that maybe don't collect comics, he just seems like a guy that's like always like telling jokes, and you know, has his goons do his fighting for him, and he's like got little, you know, guns that, you know, come out and they shoot, you know, dust or whatever. He just doesn't seem like a really insane type of character like is portrayed in The Killing Joke. In this book here, I think is the way the Joker, in my mind, is and should be. It's just a completely insane person. Stuff that he does and the way that he acts is just totally insane, which is the reason why I'm going to pick this as my Batman sequence. Now, it's a few panels. Not all of it's going to be about Batman. Some of it's going to be about, you know, I just want to highlight how the Joker's insane, and then the battle sequence at the end with the Batman is my Batman sequence. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, guys, if you don't have it, it's relatively cheap. It's like on... There's so many prints of this book. I think I got this for like $10 on eBay. I mean, it's relatively cheap. And if you don't have it, and if you're a new collector, I suggest picking this up. It's just a great Batman story. But let me go ahead and get to it. Here's Jim Gordon. You know, everybody knows Jim Gordon. And Barbara Gordon, his daughter, is here. And, you know, it just shows them, like, having, like, coffee, you know, talking about the day or whatever. And then there's a knock at the door. Of course, Barbara Gordon's, you know, she goes to answer it, and it's the Joker. And he shoots her. Which, everybody know, well, if you don't know, it paralyzes her. And, so, here she gets, you know, she gets shot, she crashes to the table, and then there's Jim Gordon. He's just in shock. Like, he can't believe that somebody just did that, and it's actually the Joker and a couple of his goons. And they basically take Jim Gordon, they knock him out, they take him captive, and here the Joker's hovering over Barbara Gordon, and he's got a camera in his hand. Right there. You know. Or he's got a drink, but he's got a camera around his neck. And basically what happens is he assaults her, which was a big controversy back then. He assaults her, and basically they rescue Barbara Gordon. She's in the hospital, and Batman shows up, and he knows that it's the Joker because this little Joker card was like, I don't know, it looks like it was inside of her or something, I don't know, like in a wound or something, or whatever, but he knows it's the Joker. So she's, of course, you know, she can't, you know, she can barely move from the waist down, so she's, like, worried about her dad. So this shows Batman, he's always being taken to the brink of whether he should, you know, he wants to do good, he doesn't want to kill, but, you know, you can always tell he's always, you know, some of these villains always just take him to the brink. You know, like, the world would be just a better place, I feel, you know, in Batman, you know, me thinking through Batman, that the world would be a better place if these people weren't around, but in the same thought, he doesn't want to be, if he feels like he kills people, or these, villains and stuff, that he'll stoop to their level, and, you know, it's a whole thing. But okay, here we go. They basically wake Jim Gordon up. all these little goons like basically strip him down naked. And here's the Joker up there on like a fake throne with all these like weird. I mean, it's just really creepy how, you know, they portrayed the Joker in this comic, and I love it because it just makes me show like he's really fucking insane. You know, he's got all these dead, or not dead, but he's got like all these plastic babies, and it's leading up to him. And here he is, and he's basically telling Jim, you know, he's just trying to beat him down mentally. You know, just here he's like going through naked. And also in the book, they have like a little side story shows you how the Joker got to be who he is. That he wasn't really a bad guy. He just, circumstances made him bad. Now for me, what really makes the Joker super insane and that there's just no help for him is this next sequence here. They basically have Jim Gordon watch like, it looks like a slideshow of his daughter being assaulted. Obviously you can tell she's in pain. And she's she doesn't have any clothes on, and they're making him watch, because basically it's the Joker assaulting his daughter, and just, I mean, it just makes you show that the guy's just completely insane. Like, no sane person or anybody with compassion would do something like that to a man making him watch his daughter. So then it shows, you know, Batman on the hunt, like looking for the Joker. He finally finds him. Now here's where, you know, here's my favorite like sequence. Batman shows up. He shows up. He finds him, and to me, I mean, there's a lot of other like fight sequences, but this one here for me, it's just great. It's a classic Batman versus Joker. You know, like here's, you know, he's always trying to play mind tricks with Batman. You know, they got Jim Gordon in a cage, you know, and then so Batman and him start fighting. And, you know, like the Joker's got all these, like, little tricks. You know, he's got, like, little poisons and acid and stuff like that. He never really goes fisticuffs with Batman. There's always tricks or something that draws Batman away from the battle. Like here he's caught between saving Jim Gordon and, you know, Jim Gordon's like, you know, go get him. You know, go after him, and he's wanting Batman to bring him in he's basically telling him bring him in by the book. Even though everything he's been through, he wants Joker brought in by the book. They want to do it the right way, not the bad way. And that's the conflict with Batman, because he wants to do the right thing, but he knows that there's just, you know, the Joker's just an evil person for what he did. You know, and here he finally catches up, and this is the fight sequence. It's not really a fight, it's really just Batman beating the shit out of the Joker. You know, here he's Batman crashing through the plane, you know, the window, and then he throws the Joker out. You know, and it's just a constant fight. Like, Joker's trying to pull out little tricks. You know, he gouges his eyes, pulls his mask over his head, cracks him over the head with a piece of, you know, plywood. You know, it's just really... I mean, it's just a great sequence. And I mean, you don't really need any, you know, talking or anything. You can just look at the battle, and you can just see in every panel, the Joker looks insane. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they were trying to portray, that there's just, you know, no turning back for him. He's too far gone. And here he pulls out a gun. Here's another good sequence right here. He pulls out a gun, the same gun he used to shoot Barbara Gordon. And he ends up finding out that the gun's empty. There's no more bullets in it. And that's when he finally realizes that it's done. And then here is another good sequence where here's Batman being the good person that he is. He's still trying to talk. You know, he's still trying to talk the Joker out, tell him, you know, that he can be saved. You know, there's you know, he can help him. And then the Joker tells a joke, and, you know, just Batman realizes that there's just no helping him. And here's the good part, like, you don't know what really happened. It shows Batman picking him up, and then you see the E, like, they're on top of a building. So you don't know, does he kill him? Or not on top of a building, but you don't know if he, like, breaks his neck, if he kills him. It doesn't really show you, it just leaves it to your own interpretation of what happens. So everybody has their own opinion on what happens in this book. I feel that Batman still did the right thing. He didn't kill him. That he just took him prisoner and they put him back in the insane asylum again. But anyways, guys, I've rambled on long enough. It's a 10-minute video. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but my favorite sequence is basically the whole damn book. What I'm trying to say. It's a great story. Go pick it up. Thank you, ReaperTate728, for tagging me. I'm going to tag 2 people. I'm going to tag, let's see, Adam Day, and, who else? Let me see. Adam Day and, Jesse Simpson. I'm going to tag Jesse Simpson. So, I'll leave a link to their channels below. Go check them out. Great story, great sequence. It's The Real Comic Book Junkie, and I'm out.